casualties, and it would have been bad. This time round, if the Islamic Republic decides to hit, it's not going to be that long. ITC Channel 14 reported the former Iranian Foreign Minister Javad Zarif was arrested after contacts with Crown Prince. Can you confirm this? Yes, I can confirm because it was confirmed before Channel 14 as well. We verified this because initially it was rumors a few days ago that those guys were arrested. I was like, I can't verify this, but I wouldn't be surprised if they were arrested. But now it's been confirmed. It's a funny story. It's actually funnier than what's his name, who was outed as a Mossad agent. We still can't confirm who's a Mossad agent because it's still literally sitting next to Khamenei every day. But it must be the best Mossad agent that they have. If I were the regime, I would be getting nervous right about now. Yeah, especially since their former president is talking to the Crown Prince. It's humiliating. It's so bad. Let's not forget that in Iran, under the Islamic Republic, you don't have democracy, obviously, right? So what they have is they have fake elections, which means there is the Supreme Leaders Council that vets presidential candidates. So even if you become president of Iran, it's not a real job. Your job is basically just taxation and potholes on the streets, fix the roads. It's not a real job. The Supreme Leader calls the shots. It's like being a prime minister of Russia. It's not a real job. But they vet people. So they give you two candidates at the end that basically are the same and have been vetted by the regime. Sort of like the CCP in China. They give you two communists and like, here we go, pick one. Okay. And they already picked the one that they want anyway. Considering they vetted these guys and they still somehow defected, whoopsie. Have you seen the Amelia AI video that's been going around? She has purple hair and talks about the Islamification of Britain. It's good. I haven't seen that. AI video. Okay, I'll check it out. Denise says, President Trump is playing chess. His pawns are in play and his rooks and knights are moving. Well, leave the rooks to the end. Move the knights first. Usually, it's a good tactic. The world will not know his strategy until he's ready. But that's also a problem for me because that means I might be in bed if an attack happens. President, please don't do an attack at like 3 a.m. local time when I'm UK time when I'm in bed. Maybe 4 p.m., 5 p.m. That would be great. Before dinner, obviously, because don't want to disrupt. If I'm hungry, it's going to be rough. I'm going to be grumpy. You don't want to do that. So let me know. Thank you. Thank you, Whitehouse. Thank you for your attention to this matter. Greetings from Israel. Javid Shah, I believe Israel is helping and maybe in the cyber. It was brilliant to watch the Crown Prince on the Iranian TV. That was funny last night when they managed to hijack the state TV. I just hope they could do it every night. That would be funny. Just keep doing it. If you did it once, you can do it again, right? Please sing is a drama going drama. That's about the foreign minister. Love that. When Starmer calls Trump, he should tell him, we don't accept calls from the IRGC, and hang up. Slap.
Okay. Why is someone threatening me? Hey, Goldie, watch your back. Oh. Okay. Don't worry, my back is fine. My back is protected. I got my line in sun, so I'm good. I'm good. Yeah, the death threats are always coming. The jihadis just can't handle like strong women, right? So they always feel threatened. Oh yeah, it was on you. It was a comment on YouTube. I banned them. All good. All good. So okay. Yeah, watch your back. I know, right? That's all they have. So Armin will be with us in a moment. Armin's actually, guys, Armin's a big deal. He's also doing an interview. Right. Okay. Any news from Iran? Yeah, there's news from Iran. That's what we're going to. This is Iran Revolution Live. There is news, but I also want to make sure I'm giving you the right news, right? Because there's like a lot of rumors and stuff. Oh man. So I mean, this is video of Islamic regime terrorists shooting at Iranians. So we don't know the date for this. This one's undated, but this would have happened sometime in the last week during the internet blackout, right? So this is what Armin and I say. Wait, let me change my banner here. This is what Armin and I say. Like when we say just because the internet's shut down and we're not getting videos, it doesn't mean that there isn't things happening. Like the whole reason the internet is shut down, is because they don't want the outside world to know what's going on. But look at this. This is a new video. And this is from a city of Qazvin. No, the person said watch your back, ho. Except he said the whole word. So it wasn't just watch your back, it was watch your back, ho. He was swearing at me, telling me to watch my back. So that's not me coming to a conclusion very quickly. If someone says watch your back, ho, I know what that means. See the person? Do you see that? They slowed it down. So you can see the person. So it's literally like these are the Islamic regime terrorists. They're literally just running through the streets and they're just shooting at people. Like it's, I don't know, like Call of Duty or something. Like it's messed up. It's so messed up. Look at this. You see? Literally, he's chasing unarmed Iranian freedom fighters, shooting them in the back as they're running, right? So messed up. There you go. So there's one. What's Erdogan saying? Of course. Oh, so of course, Erdogan. And again, this isn't a knock. This isn't a knock on our Turkish friends and supporters because again, guys, I always say I make a difference. I make a distinction between people and government policy. So this isn't a knock on Turkish people. We love Turkish people. But Erdogan, of course, is coming out in support of the Islamic regime because he is Muslim Brotherhood, and Muslim Brotherhood supports the Islamic dictatorship. So, no surprise there. No surprise there. And he even said following the Israeli attacks. So even Erdogan is spreading the communist terrorist propaganda that these pro-revolution he's basically spreading the propaganda that the revolution is basically just an Israeli conspiracy theory, right? So there you go. There's Erdogan for you. Shame on you, Erdogan. First class VIP ticket to hell where you belong. Won't be off it Nasset. All right. What's this one? Oh, this is nice. Okay, some good news. Some good news. President of the Liberal Youth Organization in Berlin, long live the Shah. Oh, that's nice. So Moritz
Ooh,
Wimmer. Oh,
nice.
hey, Armin, you're back. Welcome.
Huh? Yes, thank you. Sorry, the
You
interview took
surprised me.
longer
I
than I
didn't
was.
even realize when you got back. So
Oh, I just got here, and I'm glad that I got in here on the good news. What's the good news?
So good news is president of the Liberal Youth Organization in Berlin, long live the Shah. So The state chairman of the Liberal Youth of Berlin, at today's gathering of Iranians in front of the Islamic Republic's embassy in Germany, called for the expulsion of the regime's diplomats from the country and for the start of official talks between the federal government and Prince Reza Pahlavi. So here you go.
Oh,
Let's look at this. Yay, Germans!
اشتاینمایر اون موقع وزیر خارجه بود و الان رئیس جمهور ماست. کسی که همیشه دنبال سیاست مماشات با ایران بود و میخواست با آخوندها فقط نرم رفتار کنه. این سیاست باید تموم بشه. اگر اشتاینمایر یه ذره شرافت داشته باشه، باید همین امروز بیاد اینجا و سعی کنه چیزی رو جبران کنه و به این سفیر
See, look, even in Germany, Iranians have the German flag. So I'm sure you guys can find his speech in German. But basically, like, he's just, he's saying like the German government needs to expel the diplomats and recognize
رو
Prince Reza
بگه،
Pahlavi.
وسایلش رو جمع کنه و
And look, oh my gosh, look at this. So you can see all the flags here. So you can see Germany, you can see Iran, you can see Israel and America. Do you see America? There's America. Look, all the flags, right?
this is such a perfect screenshot to make the point that Goldie is making. Look, they're appreciative of the country that they're in. They're patriotic, not just to the Iran, but also grateful of the country they're in, and they're supportive of Israel and America.
Wait, what did my sister say? Golparchi goft. I missed it. Oh, poor pig. Yeah, my sister has really good humor. No, you're right. This is great. And like, so this is what we mean, guys. This is what we mean when we say that the Iranian national revolution, it's like a patriotic revolution. And Armin, I really truly feel this is why there are so many patriots from around the world who are supporting us, because it's about fighting for our country. It's very patriotic. And of course, everywhere that we Iranians go, we're very, very patriotic, especially to our host country. And so, yeah,
Yes.
this is great. So look at that.
You're not going to see these flags on a so-called pro-Palestine rally unless they have it to burn. They brought it to burn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's that. I want to play my Sean Hannity interview for you because I know you want to hear it.
Yes. Oh my God. You have it already?
Well, it's
That's
not
great.
out. Well, it's not out yet. But I mean, what I could do theoretically is I could go to the live stream and then go back like an hour and then just like replay what I broadcast already.
Yes, please. Let's do that.
Okay, well, let me see if I can find, let me see if it's up first. Sean Hannity.
Somebody is messaging me. One of my friends is messaging me from inside Iran, and I asked him if I could read his messages
Yeah,
on
go
air,
for
and
it.
he said yes, but don't read my name. Okay, yeah, okay, I won't read your name. Just quickly, I'm just going to go through his messages. He just got online finally. It says, "Hi, how are you? Finally, my internet is connected. I saw your live a few days ago." And he says, "Armin, I could just tell you that 2 of the days was just complete, outright confrontational war, like just a full-on war. I've never seen anything like this in my life. Please do whatever you can to be the voice of Iranians. No, تا صدای ایرانیا بلند شه. Please, هر کاری میتونی بکن تا صدای ایرانیا بلند. Do whatever you can to amplify the voice of Iranians. این 20,000 نفری که میگن شوخی. This 20,000 number that they're saying is a joke, meaning that the number is way higher.
More than
خیلی
30,000.
بیشتر از این حرف. He's saying he's probably 3 times higher. من میگه, he say I don't know anybody that hasn't seen anybody being killed. He's saying خطر از بیخ گوش خودم گذشت. جلوی چشمم 7 تا 8 نفر مردن. It's like the threat actually, I almost died in front of my eyes. Oh my God, this is my friend. Like he's saying in front of my own eyes, 7 to 8 people died. خیلی وحشتناک بود. It was very scary. ولی دیگه کار اینا تمومه, مطمئن باش. But be sure that their days are numbered. Like basically be sure that the Islamic Republic is gone. I was never من هیچ وقت انقدر مطمئن نبودم. I was never this sure. So
This
yeah.
and this is why we push on, Armin, right? This is why we push on. This is why we focus less on the murdered and more on
Yes.
the victory, right? Because right now we're focusing on winning, And then
Yes.
after we win, then we can, you know, focus on tears and mourning and everything. But right now, and look, this is, he's the one that's literally risking his life in Iran, and even he is saying we're
Yes.
pushing on, right?
Yes, exactly. We are bepeaching.
We have to bepeach.
We have to bepeach. Yes.
All right. Okay. So now it's going to be like Goldieception here because I'm literally going back in my live stream to see if I can find it. So here, let me see.
Well, there. A receives information. Craft carrier is now headed towards a
Okay, here we go.
streets that he's not going to tolerate. Have been ratcheting up.
All right, this is where it starts.
New Sean Hannity Show.
Sorry, guys, we got like 2
Receives
Goldies now
information
here.
on breaking news.
2 Goldies. No, that's good.
Inspired solutions for America.
All right, thanks, Scott Shannon. Hour 2, Sean Hannity Show. Toll free. It's 800-941-SEAN if you want to be a part of the program. Well, things have
Come
been
back. We want 2
ramping up
Goldies.
in the last 48 hours with Iran and the Ayatollah Ali Khamenei and President Trump. Iran threatening to continue their mass executions of protesters during its brutal crackdown nationwide. Anywhere between 20 and 30,000 is the conventional estimate of people that have been slaughtered. But if they begin the executions, that will be in direct defiance of everything that President Trump said he's not going to tolerate, and that help is on its way. And, you know, just to give you some updates here, among, you know, many women have been slain, moms, pregnant women among the regime's victims, as reported by the New York Post today. We have, you know, nothing but fear and loathing, but the people still stick to the streets. I go back to the videos that I've been telling you that, you know, have been coming out of there. And it is as gruesome a sight as you'd ever see. I mean, one headshot after another and a harsh response. Hundreds have been taken hostage. One interesting moment came when the Crown Prince, Reza Pahlavi, who we've had on this program, multiple Iranian state TV channels were hacked on Sunday amid a near total internet shutdown of footage of the exiled Crown Prince and images of anti-government protesters that have rocked Tehran in recent weeks. They actually hacked the TV stations, which is pretty amazing. The U.S. Navy's Abraham Lincoln aircraft carrier is now headed towards Iran as these tensions now continue to escalate. And the Iran now accused of killing anywhere between 20 and 30,000 people as of now. Iranian regime elites now allegedly, according to Scott Besson and others, the Treasury Department, they are moving millions and millions of dollars out of the country, which would be probably in the lead up to escaping themselves. All reports are that they'd head to Russia. Joining us is Goldie Ghamari, a human rights activist born in Iran when she was just a year old when her family fled for Canada in 1986, 7 years after another revolution deposed the Shah of Iran. She herself is a supporter of Reza Pahlavi, the exiled son of the former Shah. But he has said to me, he doesn't care if it's him or somebody else, but he just wants this theocracy, this tyrannical Nazi regime to be overthrown and these people to get out of office, that the people, you know, formerly obviously of Persia be able to live in freedom. And Goldie joins us now. You made the same point I noticed on X about Barack Obama after the Iranian nuclear deal, where he dumped cargo planes of cash and other currencies to try to placate the mullahs in Iran. And all they did was build out their nuclear facilities and foment terror in the entire region.
Oh my gosh, you saw my post on X, Sean? That's an honor.
I did. It says Barack Obama, after the Iran nuclear deal, August 2015, Iran will gain access to $56 billion. And you also put up on X, in case you're not watching the Iran Revolution live, here is me and my reaction to Iranian freedom fighters hacking Islamic regime state TV. So you were aware of the hacking of state TV, which I thought was very fascinating.
Saw our video.
Yes. Well, first of all, thank you for having me on your show. It's an honor to be here. I'm a huge fan of you. And thank you for following me along on X. And so I have been broadcasting and covering the Iran Revolution. It started about 3 weeks ago daily. And, it's incredibly fascinating to see what's going on. And I don't use the word fascinating lightly because, of course, there is a mass slaughter and a mass genocide that is going on. The number of slaughtered Iranians, it's actually much more than 30,000, I think. 30,000, I would say, is a conservative estimate at this point. What we are seeing right now is it is the largest slaughter of Iranians by the Islamic dictatorship since they occupied Iran in 1979. But the message that Iranians in occupied Iran have been giving out, when they can, thanks to, of course, Elon Musk and Starlink, the message they've been telling us, those of us who are outside of the country, is to, don't lose hope. Don't let the Islamic Republic make people think that we have given up. We're still in the streets. We're still demonstrating. This is the final battle. And what they're chanting, Sean, is "In akharin nabard Pahlavi barmigerde," which translates to "This is the final battle. Pahlavi will return." And so for us Iranians, it's now or never. It's do or die. And all I can say is thank God that we have someone like President Trump and the U.S. administration on our side.
He really is the only hope. Now, I don't think it's an accident that Senator Lindsey Graham flew to Israel to meet with the Israeli Prime Minister, Benjamin Netanyahu. I would imagine the Israelis know that if there's any military action, they probably will be the primary target. And they have to assume that the Iranians at that point on their way out with billions in dollars, no doubt, and cash and other currency to Moscow and into the arms of Vladimir Putin, they have to anticipate that, those people would be capable of going scorched earth on Israel, and they've got to be prepared for a worst case scenario. So I don't think it's an accident that Senator Lindsey Graham was in Israel all weekend and meeting with the Mossad head and meeting with Prime Minister Netanyahu, and apparently now is off to Davos to meet with President Trump and report back to him everything that he learned while meeting with the Israelis. Does that sound like a fair assessment to you?
I absolutely 100% agree. There's a reason that Senator Lindsey Graham is there. And you're absolutely correct with the scorched earth analysis. I mean, just look at what the brutal mullahs are doing to Iranian people themselves. So imagine if the mullahs are capable of being that savage and that evil to unarmed Iranian citizens, of course they're going to go scorched earth on everyone else as well, because they don't even have empathy for Iranians.
I mean, that's the sad reality, and people are dying. I've said this often on the program, is that, people don't win revolutions with slingshots. And when you have a regime that has been this brutal with all their human rights violations and treat women like fifth-class citizens and beat them and torture them if they don't even cover their head properly, and throw gay and lesbian people off of buildings, and it is a brutal theocracy. And these people take to the streets anyway, knowing that the odds are high that they're risking their life doing so. Obviously, they've just had it, and now it's a matter of does the world take notice and pay attention? The only one that seems willing to do that is President Trump.
Absolutely, and God bless President Trump for that, because he's seeing us for who we are, and he understands, he recognizes, and it's very, very interesting. I mean, President Trump is a very, very smart man, very intelligent person, and just the way that he's been maneuvering this entire situation. I mean, President Trump is playing 4D chess, while all these like Islamic dictators or whoever, they're basically playing checkers. So not even in the same league here. And, President Trump is a winner. He wants to make sure that when the strike happens, it's going to be successful. And so, I know that there are a lot of Iranians who are impatient or whatever the case might be, but I personally have a lot of faith in President Trump, and it just seems like the stars are aligning. And even His Royal Highness, the Crown Prince, Reza Pahlavi, he met with Senator Lindsey Graham, I believe it was last week, and they put out a joint video message, and they both said, make Iran great again. And
they even had Make Iran Great Again hats, which, by the way, I actually have one of them signed by President Trump.
Oh, wow. Oh, my gosh. That's fantastic. I didn't know that.
Well, maybe I'll give it to you and you can auction it off and send the money to the people that are in need there. How's that? It's real. It's the real deal.
Wow. That would be an honor. But you keep that one for now, and then we'll get a second one later, maybe. But that's very, very generous of you. But oh my gosh, that would be great. But maybe a second one. You keep that, because I just love the fact that you have a MIGA hat. Maybe what you could do instead, Sean, is take a photo and put it on your social media with your MIGA hat. That would be a huge mood boost for Iranians. And that's the other thing I just wanted to say. We Iranians around the world, we're going through a very, very dark phase right now with the massacre and everything that's happening. But one of the things that has really made us, given us hope and encouragement, is the love and support from people all around the world, especially those who are who have been tuning into Iran Revolution Live pretty much every day, and especially all the Americans. So I just wanted to also give a big shout out to all the Americans who have tuned in, who have, sent their love, all the Americans who are, singing our Iranian revolutionary songs with us, like the Pish and others. I mean, just, you guys are keeping our morale up high as well. And I just cannot wait until Iran is free, and that, Iran and America can go back to being the natural allies that we were prior to 1979, when this Islamic dictatorship occupied our country.
Quick break, right back. More with Goldie Ghamari, human rights activist. She's following the events and the protesters in Iran very, very closely. Listen, way back in 2017, President Trump issued an executive order to give every U.S. citizen access to the same kind of low-cost, high-quality health plans that used to be available only to employees.
So that's the first half. Now I gotta go forward a little bit to the second half. What did you think of that so far?
It was amazing. Oh, you hit all the right points. And guys, Goldie mentioned you. That was you. She was talking about you in the chat. So yeah, I guess Bapish. You were amazing.
Thank you. Okay.
You have a talent of feeding people information, but making it fun somehow. You know what I mean? You're not just educating people, but you're also making it easier to consume, because somehow you make it entertaining to listen to, which makes it a lot more digestible and consumable to other people who might otherwise not be interested. That's your talent.
Thank you. All right. I mean, it's difficult speaking about a genocide, right? But
yeah, I know you exactly.
although you know what, I shouldn't call it a genocide.
Massacre.
Retired nurse practitioner told Union leaders.
I'm listening in the background to see. Sorry, I'm trying to find the next part. Okay, maybe here it is. All right, here we go. This is the second half now.
Goldie Ghamari is a human rights activist. She's following the events on the ground, in contact with people out protesting in Iran as they now fight for their freedom and, clinging to the hope that help is on the way from President Trump. If you look in history, because the Ayatollah Khomeini was in France in exile. Why France ever took him, I don't know. And there's a whole issue of the Islamization of Europe and no-go zones in certain European countries, and Sharia courts in a place like Great Britain is unfathomable to me. If you're going to allow immigration policy, I think it's a prerequisite, should be a prerequisite, that you have assimilation, not separation. But putting all of that aside, when you look at the rest of the world and the lack of support, I mean, how did this revolution even happen? How did this guy make it out of exile back into Iran, into power, and then take such control over all of society? I mean, the Persian people have such a rich history of innovation, creation, and it's just sad to see the oppression they've lived under.
So basically what happened is, long story short, it was the communists and the Islamists who were working together to overthrow the Shah of Iran. They put out a lot of fake news about him. Oh, the Shah was a dictator, this and that, which all of it completely false. However, because this was happening in the 1970s and the USSR was still around, so all of these Islamists were actually funded and trained by KGB assets. And, you know, even like Yasser Arafat and the PLO, which is now, you know, sorry, not the PLO, PL, I don't know, whatever PL terrorist group they are, they were also funded and trained by the Soviets as well. So,
did you catch that? Like, I couldn't remember if it was PLO or PFLP, so I was just like, I don't know, whatever PL terrorist group they are.
Whatever. I think that's the best description of them ever.
Like,
Whatever PL terrorist.
Whatever PL terrorist group they are.
Okay, from now on, that's their official name. Okay, no more guys, no more PLO. Okay, no more PLO.
I can't keep track of all the terrorist groups. Like, there's so many Palestine jihadi terrorist groups. Like, they're all terrorists, right? But I just kind of said that on Sean Hannity.
And, you know, even like Yasser Arafat and the PLO, which is now, you know, sorry, not the PLO, PL, I don't know, whatever PL terrorist
PL is correct.
They are.
You were correct.
They were
you were
also
correct.
funded and trained by the Soviets as well. So what happened was back in the 1970s, there was this, you know, love affair with communism at the time. And so these communists and Islamists would put out lies. And then you also have mainstream media like BBC and others who even to this day are very, very anti-West, very, very pro-jihad. They were spreading, you know, sharing that information as well. And then unfortunately what happened is Jimmy Carter, and, you know, I know he's an American president, but Jimmy Carter is one of the most hated people by Iranians, because Jimmy Carter, we call him Jimmy Carter the traitor, instead of backing his ally the way Richard Nixon would have done. And we love Richard Nixon, by the way. Instead of backing the Shah, Jimmy Carter decided to back an Ayatollah who runs around yelling death to America and death to Israel and all of that. So, I mean, this was if Jimmy Carter had backed the Shah, this would have never happened. But it was Jimmy Carter, his involvement, that led to this. And so I just want to say it's incredibly poetic that after 47 years of oppression, because of a mistake made by the Democrats, the 47th president of the United States is going to, help us rectify that mistake, and he's going to help us make it great again.
This president certainly has reasserted America's military might and put fear in the hearts of all these dictators around the world, as he should, because I believe it is the natural condition of mankind to want liberty and want freedom. Listen, Goldie, honestly, keep up the good work. We will have you back. I'm going to send out a picture just on your behalf. I'll take a picture of the signed hat and put it up on X when I can. Appreciate your time. Thanks for being with us.
Thank you so much for having me. I would be honored to come back anytime. God bless America.
God bless America, and keep these people in Iran safe. They don't deserve to die just for fighting for freedom.
Oh my God.